This video is very important for those who are watching my audit classes. Especially before you watch the main lecture, you are supposed to watch this full video. This is an instructions video which is very important, which is a guiding video for entire audit course. So first of all, thankful to you for showing interest in enrolling with our classes. Okay. Now, so here I'm going to give instructions for upcoming November 2023 examinations. Whoever is planning for November or even for May 24, whatever it is. Now, first of all, you are going to get a material like once you enroll for our courses, either subscription, regular or audit course, subject wise course, whatever if at all you have taken. If at all you are listening classes through another institute, my classes especially, getting it. So this is the material index. This is how the material index looks like before anybody start with any lectures with any faculty, so they want to have an overview about what is the overall index, what is the overall syllabus, how it is being covered. So what are the chapters that we should cover at first, what are the chapters that we have to cover at last, like more specifically. By the way, please watch this video till the end, don't skip at all. Even 10 seconds of this video, do not skip. Very, very important. Yes. Now, so this is instructions for those who are watching my audit classes for paper 6 auditing and assurance at CA Intern. Now, first of all, whatever the video lectures that you are getting, like you may be getting it on Google Drive. Like I'll show you how Google Drive looks. This is how the layout. As soon as you click on the Google Drive link, this is how the layout. Or you may be watching it on our application. We have another Android application. You may be watching it on that. So this is how the layout. Like if you just open audit subject, just a minute, if you just open audit subject, so this is the layout, right? So here November 23 lectures. So you can observe here fundamentals, NOS, all the chapters we have listed out, and below at last there is something called last priority chapters. You open that. Inside that there were 4 chapters. Here in this last priority there is a slight change happened. Automated environment is that is the first priority chapter. In the Android only there was a mistake happened. We will change it later. Okay, so now whereas same way if you open Google Drive link, like main lectures, if you open, you can see here there is a 0 folder, main lectures, revision videos, softwares, and even the materials were also given here. Getting it? So smart notes soft copy is given, materials soft copy is also given. Now main lectures, if you open, first folder is November 23, May 24. Here all the lectures were given. Now inside this there is something called last priority chapters. You can see here. So almost all the chapter videos were there. Again here there is something called last priority chapters. I think analytical, the folder is empty. Let me show you for that later. So automated, everything is given here. By the way, automated environment is not last priority now for the November attempt. We are slightly changing it. Now analytical procedure you can find in the old videos. You can see here. Here you can find analytical procedure. Like, sir, what is this all about? Fine, don't worry, don't confuse. Let me explain you clearly. Now, first of all, if you look at the audit lectures, all these lectures were relevant completely and absolutely for November 23 as well. We have we do recordings for audit subject once in 2 attempts or 3 attempts. Now very recently what happened is institute has a thought of bringing new course, completely new course, but they have not yet announced. There is no chance that new scheme will apply for May 24 or May 24 attempt also. So for coming November 23 and May 24 exams, completely the existing scheme, whatever is there in the ICI, where paper 6 is auditing and assurance subject, same book is applicable, same syllabus is applicable. So no change. So whatever recordings we have done, they were based upon latest material of ICI. Even our material, whatever you are going to use for audit lectures, that is also completely based upon the latest material of ICI. That's the latest which is available. Getting it? So we have recorded all these lectures in this second half of 2022. In the 2022 year, second half we have recorded. Still, there are 4 chapters like which I have highlighted in yellow color. You can see here. Risk assessment chapter, analytical procedure, audit strategy, items. For these 4, I am going to give new recordings. I am going to add new recordings in the next 2 or 3 months. So every month I'll be targeting 1 chapter and I'll do and upload the new recording. Like today, this video I am recording on 12th June 2023. Okay, fine. Don't confuse again. Listen to this video fully. Now, first of all, so they are relevant for November 23 and May 24. Absolutely, you can happily trust and then watch. Then, if at all institute is bringing new scheme, if at all November 24 or maybe May 24 by worst chance, if at all new scheme applies, if at all you are planning for new scheme, May 24 attempt, nothing to worry. Audit subject will not change. Syllabus will be same under the new scheme as well. So you can happily follow. Then, now listen at standard speed. I will talk about this at the end of this video. Now there is something called first priority chapters and last priority chapters. Before that, never try ABC analysis. If at all you are thinking, sir, will you give ABC analysis for audit subject, like what are A category questions, B category questions, C category questions? No, not at all. I never run behind ABC. Instead of ABC analysis, I'll tell you one of the safest strategy is dividing the whole chapters into two parts. First priority chapters, last priority chapters. Like what is this first priority chapter and last priority chapter? Now let us come, let's look at the index of the book which you are using with respect to my audit classes. Now if you observe here, as per institute material, you are having only 13 chapters. Whereas in our material, in my material, we are having totally 17 chapters. We are having totally 17 chapters. Now if you observe, like the first chapter is fundamentals, which is not there in the institute book. That's why we mentioned not applicable. Okay, so this is something in this first chapter itself, many of you will understand. If at all you are a first timer, no problem. If at all you are a repeater, you will understand that. If at all you have not listened to my classes earlier, you will understand that by listening at fundamentals itself, you realize that you don't know so many things. So that I will challenge. Next, second chapter, nature, objective and scope, company audit, audit report, society's audit, documentation and evidence, fraud and responsibilities, risk, sampling, analytical. So like this, we have so many chapters. Now what, see, like students ask me, sir, in every chapter, what are important? I always tell them, never do selective study. If you do selective study, what happened in the last attempt? May 23. What happened in the November 22? What happened in May 22? What happened in November 21? Okay, see, the same will repeat. If you do selective study, you cannot perform well in exam. Damn sure I'm telling you, never do selective study for any subject, not just audit. Sir, but how come we cover 100% syllabus? For that, there is an alternative. Instead of preparing selective questions from every chapter, what is my approach, select some chapters. Directly select some. Suppose in my book, we have totally 17 chapters, right? I have selected for you 5 chapters. I have selected for you 5 chapters. What are the 5 chapters? Risk assessment and internal control, analytical procedure, audit strategy and program, audit strategy and program, government audit, audit of different types of entities. These 5 chapters, you can see here, I have highlighted the word LP. LP refers to last priority chapter. LP refers to last priority chapters. Like if you look at the Google Drive, if you look at the Google Drive, just a minute. Yeah, if you look at the Google Drive, direct if you open the folder, here there is something called last priority chapters. That's why whatever chapters that were given in last priority, they will not be reflecting in the main folder. You see here, main folder, these chapters will not be reflecting in this. Okay, last priority. So I have given here last priority chapter videos in one folder. Now, same way, if at all you are using it on Android or iOS, so last priority, there is a separate folder. Inside that only those chapters will be visible. Now, just a minute. Yes. So what is last priority? Last priority chapters are those chapters which student can confidently ignore. Yes, 100% you can happily ignore them. There is one condition. Rest all other chapters, remaining all other chapters, the student has to study 100% without missing single line. Rest of all the chapters, the student has to study 100%. Risk assessment and internal control is a chapter having 10 marks weightage. Worst case, 10 marks is the maximum weightage. In fact, in the May 23 attempt, 10 marks is which is asked from risk assessment. So based on highest weightage possibility only, I'm telling. Analytical procedure, there is a weightage possibility of 5 marks. Audit strategy planning. In this, 300 standard, 320, both are covered. In this, there is a possibility of 5 marks to 10 marks. Then government audit 3 marks possibility, audit of different types of entities 5 marks possibility. Total last priority chapters weightage if you observe 20, maximum 30 marks. What is the total weightage of last priority chapters which I am telling you to ignore? 30 marks is the maximum weightage. Worst case 35 marks will come from these chapters, last priority chapters which I have mentioned, wherever I have mentioned LP. Like in our book, 8th chapter, 10th chapter, 11, 15, 16. These are last priority chapters. So whatever video lectures that were there in the last priority folder, don't watch them at all. At the first, don't watch them. Sir, now what should we do? Should we ignore it completely? Wait, don't conclude. Let me talk fully. Let me complete what I'm trying to tell. Remaining all other chapters. Remaining all other. First, finish fundamentals. Just a minute. First, finish fundamentals chapter. Finish fundamentals of auditing. Then come to the next chapter, which is nature, objective, and scope of audit. Then finish company audit. Then cover audit report. And if you observe, no, like second chapter, NOS is there, no, nature, objective, and scope. In bracket, I mentioned 3 standards. Because NOS chapter is nothing but 200, 210, 220 standard content. Yes. NOS 220, in fact, SQC is also covered. Standards, SQC, S220, 210, 200. Whatever content covered in these 4 standards, predominant portion is covered in the second chapter itself. Okay, next. Company audit means Companies Act provisions. Audit report. In audit report, what you are going to learn, you are going to learn 7 standards, and there is something called CARO. There is a concept called CARO that also you are going to learn. What is CARO? All that you will learn gradually when you start listening to the lectures. Okay, so audit report, these 7 standards are covered. Next, immediately you need to listen cooperative societies audit. After that, you have to listen documentation and evidence. After that, you have to listen fraud and responsibilities of auditor. After that, you have to listen sampling. After that, you have to listen standards on auditing. There is something called standards on auditing. For standards, what I did, I have taken very recently CA final, face-to-face batch. Inside that CA final, for these standards, I have used CA inter material at CA final, because in CA final, there is no material for these standards. What CA final book says, prepare CA inter book for these standards. So obviously we have taken class for CA final students, these standards from CA inter book. So the same videos we have given for you. After that, after finishing the standards, come to bank audit. After finishing that, come to audit of items of financial statements. This is the order, same order. Whatever first priority chapters were the same order you come. After finishing items of financials, within first priority, there is one more chapter which is automated environment. So in first priority chapters, last chapter is what? Automated environment. That's it. Now, once you finish all of these chapters, watching lectures you watch completely, do a proper revision, one full proper reading, one time properly you read once again. After finishing that, watch my marathon on YouTube. There is a channel caramharsha, watch YouTube marathon. Most of this is covered. So there is a YouTube marathon which I uploaded for May 23 exams. Same you watch. All these were covered. After that, if you still have time for the November 23 exams, you don't have any other work, you have plenty of time still, then come back and watch. Risk assessment, analytical procedure, strategy and planning, government audit, different types of entities. These chapters are last priority chapters. Now, whatever chapters I have highlighted in the green color, no, first priority, 100% you should study. No choice at all. Whatever I have highlighted in red color, you can ignore completely confidently. I am telling you, damn sure you can attempt for more than 85-90 marks. Damn sure. I don't know whether a student who studied 100% of the syllabus can attempt 90, but you who followed this instruction can damn sure attempt. Paper can come any standard, any level of toughness, doesn't matter. Whoever followed this instruction definitely can answer 90 marks. In history, in the past 5 attempts, you can cross check. I never did any promotion for my audit class. I never do anything, but everyone is taking my audit class from the entire south and from north, from almost every state. I'm having audit students only because of the kind of strategy I provide, the kind of quality lectures I provide, the kind of discussion, the kind of examples that I take in the class. Once you start listening to the lectures, you will understand That, in fact, I can tell you audit will become one of the most favorite subject for you, that I can assure you. So this is the instruction which I want to give you: first priority and last priority. Now, sir, what about ABC? I told just now, though ABC, it is always better to study 100% of every chapter and ignore 4 or 5 selective chapters. Instead of that, I mean, this is best strategy. But what many do, in every chapter they ignore few questions. And unfortunately, in certain exams, only those few questions which you ignored in every chapter only was asked. What will happen? So, what is the best strategy? Whatever I have told, no, first priority, last priority, divide like this and study. This is nothing but 70% preparation strategy, or I also call it as 2/3 preparation strategy. This is one of the proven strategy. You can ask your seniors, you can ask my final student, you can ask my inter students, anybody you ask. This is a very, very, very proven strategy. Getting it? So these are the instructions which I wanted to give. Okay, now let me clarify one more thing. Now there are some chapters like risk assessment, okay, analytical procedure, audit strategy, okay, and items of financials. For these 4 chapters, now I am going to do fresh recording once again, which I will be providing somewhere by September mid itself. Suppose in the meantime you came to items of financials, sir, should I wait for new recording? No, you can happily watch. Just for improvement sake, wherever I find some lapses for there, I do fresh recording wherever. This is a continuous process which I follow every time. After finishing all this, then I am going to upload MCQ videos as well in the Google Drive itself. I am going to provide MCQ videos also. You can see revision videos were already given. Just a minute. Revision videos were already given. Then I will add another folder, MCQ videos. MCQs will also be explained by me. Then I am going to give in the next 1.5 to 2 months a question bank. Question bank will consist of past 6 attempts RTPs, past 6 attempts related suggested answers. Now some students are having, sir, you are giving this material, no, part 1. Now if you look at my material, no, the material is having 3 parts. The material I split it into 3 parts. Part 1, part 2, part 3. Sir, in this material, do you cover all past examination questions, all RTPs? My answer is yes. Not just past RTPs, past, future RTPs, future question papers also I covered. How, sir? This is 100% syllabus, man. This is 100% syllabus. What is the point of talking about past RTP, past question paper? Come out of that traditional thinking. Please come out of, learn structuredly, learn properly. Don't apply shortcuts. Don't be too exam oriented. Learn properly the subject. I'm telling you, you will feel exam very, very, very simple. You don't feel exam tough at all. Ask your seniors who followed clearly my instructions. You ask them, they'll tell you. That's it. So my book, whichever I have given, it is 100% taken from ICA book, not just me. Every author do the same. Okay, so we have covered 100% content from the ICA book. So not just past, future RTP, future question papers also covered. Nothing but. Getting it? For your confidence, what I am doing is, for your better improvement, for your improved service to you, what I am going to do is, I have recently compiled a question bank for CA Inter, compiling 6 attempts RTP, 6 attempts related suggested answers. So that I will be releasing within by August, or by August end I'll be releasing it. Getting it? So you can read that time, probably that PDF. But I'm telling you, it is not required. If at all you have listened to my classes correctly and followed this first priority chapters correctly, believe me, no matter how tough the paper comes, 80 to 90 marks you can happily attempt and come. In the past, in my CA final also in the May 2023, I told the same strategy. Even after the exam, I am telling to the students of every my final student, they specifically approached me and told, sir, many of my friends felt the paper is very difficult, but I felt very normal. Not easy, not difficult, but normal, because I followed your instructions. I always tell students, prepare for the tough, prepare for the worst. Don't expect paper to be easy. Don't expect that. Come out of that attitude. Prepare for the tough. Paper is going to be tough again in the November. Believe me, it is going to be tough. But if you follow the instructions properly, listen to the classes carefully, reading this book once properly, one time, after listening to the classes, once again, if you do proper revision with the videos, fast priority chapters, no matter how tough the paper comes, you will perform well. I don't know about others, but you who followed my instructions definitely can perform. Then one more important instruction. every one of you must listen to all the classes at standard speed. Every one of you, please listen to my video lectures at the standard speed. Standard speed means one time playback speed. Don't put 1.25, 1.5, 2 times speed at all. Very simple, man. I am giving you approximately 90 to 100 hours of videos, excluding MCQs, excluding revision class, some 85 to 100 hours approximately, plus or minus 10-15 hours. 85 to 100. If at all I can finish them within 50 hours, I could have done it, no? If I take 85 hours to 100 hours for explaining certain things, I am expecting you to spend the equal amount of time. Why are you hurrying up and finishing at higher watching speed? Why are you increasing the playback speed? You may say, sir, I can listen faster. You can listen faster, man, but you cannot connect. Understand, getting connection is important. Connect with the subject is important. It's not listening which is important, it's getting connected with the subject which is important. You, even if you listen at higher speed, you listen and finish, but later it is very difficult for you to recollect. It is very difficult for you to process the information. You are listening. What is important is processing is important. Emotionally connecting with the subject is important. Please listen at standard speed. If at all this video itself you watched at higher speed, once again go back and watch at standard speed, you will realize how different you feel when you listen to the lectures at standard speed. Why everybody feel face-to-face class is effective? You know, because they are listening at standard speed. One of the important reasons. So that's it. I think I spoke about, the lectures, their relevance for November and May 24, and what the material, everything I spoke. I think that. Have a nice time. All the very best.